Welcome to the Breaking 90 podcast, where we talk about all things sustainable fat loss. We take people on 90-day journeys to creating fat loss forever. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Breaking 90 podcast. I'm Alex Harriman here today with my co-host, Kelly Sarlo. We're two of the coaches of Breaking 90 Fitness, and we hope you enjoy the episode. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I'm sitting tomorrow morning for another tattoo.
Oh, wow.
I'm so
Nice.
excited.
What are you getting? Teardrop?
No, but it is Taylor Swift lyrics.
Oh, okay. Where?
Along my spine. I'm a little bit nervous, but I've heard that it'll just be some nice vibration. So we'll see.
Which lyrics? Are you going to tell us, or do we have to wait and see?
Oh, yeah. No, I'll just tell you.
Okay.
It's one single thread of gold tied me to you. So it's this concept of souls being linked together through lifetimes, and that, that thread can bend, but it will never break. And you will ultimately find each other in different lifetimes, which I absolutely love.
Cool.
Yeah. So that'll be painful and fun. And I know you've got a bunch. It's just like, it's a constant itch. Like you get one and you're like, okay, I'm good. I'm done. And then a couple months later, you're like, I have more real estate.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll definitely get more.
Yeah. Do you have an end in mind?
No.
No. Okay.
To me, the more the better.
Yeah. Okay.
I love tattoos, and I love tattoos on people. I think it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd ever get like my face tattooed or anything like that, but when I see people covered in like really great art and different tattoos, I love it. And there's not a certain style that I think trumps other styles. It's like for some people, just having like random piecework is super cool, and other people, like my sleeve all flows together. I like that too, but I don't think one is better than the other.
Yeah, I love that. And I know who to go to when I want to be enabled. So thank you.
All right.
Today.
This isn't going to be a super long one. I wanted to talk about some of my health and fitness inspirations. In people. Like we could go down the road of books and podcasts and music and stuff like that, but I want to talk about people specifically.
Cool.
And I'm happy for you to chime in too if there's ones you would like to. So anything you want to ask or add before we just jump into it?
Yeah. So I want to talk to listeners about how to listen to this podcast, which I think is going to be really cool. So usually we kind of put each other on the spot. We talk about, something with regards to our expertise. And I love that you're bringing this to the table because I get to learn something about you today. And I hope that's how people listen, is how can I get curious about people in my life, right? And draw their own parallel to, okay, based on what Alex is saying, who does that for me in my life, right? Because you're talking about your inspirations. I just think this is an opportunity to get curious and have fun, and expand on how you see the world. So hopefully that's just how people will tune in.
Cool. Let's do it. So I'll start off with one that won't surprise people who have followed me and listened to me a lot. Two of my old powerlifting inspirations, Jim Wendler and Louie Simmons. Jim Wendler created the system called 5-3-1, and Louie Simmons, one of the biggest competing powerlifting companies in the world. So I think they're just cool because they've been in it. They're old dudes now, and they've been doing this their whole life. So Louie with Westside Barbell and Jim Wendler with 5-3-1, they're like living legends of what health and fitness is. They lift heavy weights. They're constantly active, and they're ruthlessly consistent with their beliefs in health and fitness. And you meet either one of these guys, and they're not like, they don't look like physical specimens. And I think that's really important. When I look at who's an inspiration in health and fitness. Like, you don't have to be like the Beachbody 6-pack abs type of person to be an inspiration. There's so many other factors that go into it. These guys are strong as hell. Like, most people would greatly underestimate how strong they are, but they're not that Beachbody type of person. And they've taught and inspired so many people. They're a huge part of the reason that I got into this industry originally, and I fell in love with this industry originally, because that was just something that I could connect with and excited me, and I think they'll continue to inspire people for years.
Cool.
So the next one, everybody can connect with this one a little bit differently, but is just the people around you, your family, your friends. I think that's a huge one for me. Obviously, Devin and Emerson are a huge inspiration in my own health and fitness journey. Just from a standpoint of being able to keep up with them always and do the things we want to do. But B, they inspire you to want to live your best life, right? I think that's a massive one. Celebrity inspiration aside, the people around you, your friends, your family, the people you want to keep up with, the people you want to still be able to do all of these fun and exciting activities with over time. I don't know if you could find an inspiration bigger than that.
Agreed.
A little bit corny, but you guys, the listeners. And the reason is that because we promote this message and we promote what we do on a grand scale, it would feel unauthentic if we didn't live it too. And my goal isn't to be that Beachbody. I don't need that side of health and fitness, that extreme. Although a lot of people think that any personal trainer is there, right? Or anybody in this field. Like, just like you guys listening, I just want to live a longer, better, healthier lifestyle for the people around me. And it's important to me that I do the things. I get out there and I'm active and I stay consistent with this stuff so that I can keep preaching a message and authentically. So the next one, the last corny one I have for you guys is moms in general, and especially new moms, because I think new moms are the busiest people in the world.
Yep.
And I think any new mom that can also prioritize her health and fitness in any capacity is super inspirational, because I truly believe that nobody is as busy as a new mom. And so to be able to prioritize any form of your own health and fitness during that period is amazing. And somebody who comes to mind, if you guys do or don't follow her, is Tia Claire Toomey. She's been the fittest woman in the world for 6 years. 6 years. Not the most recent 6 years, because she is a new mom now. But before she was a mom, she was the CrossFit's fittest woman in the world. And then she had a kid. And if you follow her on social media, like she was like pregnant, like super pregnant, like still lifting weights. And like, then the kid's born, she's got like this kid in a pouch as she's like doing her pull-ups and like workouts. And I'm like, that's so friggin' badass.
Yeah, that's the word.
But not just her, like on any scale, right? If
Yeah.
you're getting out there and you're getting in a 5-minute walk, or you're taking the time to make a salad during that stage of your life, like, that's inspirational.
Yeah, you think about the trauma that any woman goes through to endure childbirth. And then they're hopping right back into life and taking care of themselves and another human.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because that kid has to become priority number one for you. So you automatically have shifted on your own rung of priorities, your health and fitness.
Mm-hmm. I love that you brought that up as an individual topic.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And we could definitely dig deeper into that on a full episode, probably. So those are the last of the corny ones. The rest are kind of like celebrity. I think there's a few, and these aren't all inclusive lists. These are just the ones that came to my mind when I was thinking about this topic. But there's a few really big business people. So Mark Wahlberg, Jennifer Lopez, and The Rock, people who have like created massive names for themselves,
Mhm.
and have dabbled in everything from music to entertainment and acting, to other entrepreneurship, um, other divisions of entrepreneurship, and have still like absolutely dominated their own health and fitness. That's freaking cool, because I know how busy it is as an entrepreneur. I know how, I can't even imagine how busy their lives are. And they're like Jennifer Lopez is like in her 50s and looks like she's like 20,
Yeah,
right?
unreal.
Anybody you that comes to mind instantly that you would add to that one?
Yeah, actually. So for me, I agree with your whole list, actually. I love that you brought all three of them up. I would add, oh, okay, I'm gonna get like emotional. Um, Stephen Twitch Boss was an inspiration for me, and he recently took his own life. He's a
Yeah.
dancer,
Yeah.
and he's on my list because of physical fitness, but the way that he pulled in an entire community to inspire people to move, and
Totally.
his wife, Allison Holker, as well. Like, it incorporates so much passion and joy too. It's not just I want to look a certain way, I want to feel a certain way. It was actually a lot about expression and passion all in one. And I just think that's really, really inspiring.
Yeah, agreed. I love that guy.
Yeah.
All right, next category is like people who have just dominated in their sport. I love the cocky athlete that cannot be stopped.
Oh, please.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
excited.
like I'm a huge fan of that athlete. So like the Anderson Silva, Michael Phelps, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James,
I-
Tiger Woods during his time. Um,
okay.
right? Like
Mhm.
I love that athlete that is like cocky and can back it up and is so freaking far ahead of their competition.
Very cool.
But I find those people inspiring. And if you read on like if you read about these athletes outside of their sport, it's their mindset is on another level, their nutrition's on another level, their training's on another level. Like they're probably hard people to live with because they are living an entirely different life to become the best in the world.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that I think that one's awesome. Next one is people that have done it forever. And the two that there's, I should say three, I categorize them as one because they're twins, is the Williams sisters. And then Tom Brady is the other one. Like these are older athletes that have still been able to compete and continue competing at a crazy high level,
Yeah.
regardless of what is considered the normal age for their sport. And
Hmm.
I know there's tons more. Like I know I'm missing people here, but just when I think about inspirational categories, they're the ones that came right to mind instantly.
Beautiful. That's a great list.
I've got one more. It's David Goggins. Um, you guys have heard me talk about David Goggins. I feel like he is the master of the mind. He's like he is he is the perfect example of discipline over motivation. If you've listened to him, if you've read his books, if you've watched him, he is like a freak when it comes to his own mindset and not having a shut off switch until he gets to his destination. That guy inspires me with everything he writes and puts out. I don't ever want to be like him, and I don't think most people can be like him, but I think if we can take a little sliver of the message he's delivering, it can make us all a little bit harder.
Very cool. I love
Is
that.
there anybody that you would love to throw in there that I didn't touch on?
No, because I agreed with all of your corny lists.
Yeah.
That would have been my addition. You know what? I'll throw in one more person just off the top of my head, and that's Abby Wambach. I've been listening to her, binging her podcast with her wife, and she's an Olympic athlete, US soccer player, and she speaks out a lot about leadership as well. So it's the love of the sport, it's the performance of the sport, but it's also the leadership, the way that you show up as a teammate, and the sportsmanship in the game as well. And I think all of that, I'm sure you agree, goes hand in hand, to make the whole person an inspiration.
For sure. I feel like I'm gonna later on today be like, oh my god, I cannot believe I didn't mention this person. But
Well, that'll be fun because I think if people are like, how did you not mention, like
sure.
throw those at us.
True. Yeah. Let me know who I missed, because I know I miss people. This wasn't meant to be an all-inclusive. It was just more
Yeah.
the types of people that inspire me, and I think inspire a lot of people.
Mhm.
Um,
Cool.
okay. What do you got for a closing tip?
Sure. So I wanted to talk just briefly about having or being aware of a habit that you incorporate in your life that helps you feel grounded, because life is full of chaos. The chaos is just constantly coming and going in different forms. And I think oftentimes when that happens, we feel very out of control naturally. And if we can remember one habit in our life that helps us feel grounded, this is something that you can implement. And I think sometimes people focus too much on needing to do everything. We talk about going to simplicity versus complexity. Um, if there's just one thing that you can implement that you can control within yourself, within your own life, that allows you to find that center or that calmness to then go out and tackle the chaos, that's going to help get you further in life instead of constantly just managing dumpster fires.
Love it.
Cool.
Nothing wrong with the dumpster fire, though.
That's a different topic.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. Wherever you are listening, do us a favor, take a screenshot right now, share it to your Instagram story, and tag at Breaking 90 Fitness. Every time you guys do that, we get a couple new followers, which means the world to us. So we really appreciate that. And thanks for just being here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure you do reach out and let me know who I missed on this list.